Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is Wednesday, March 19th, and I am going to talk about General Hospital. And I just got a text message, so let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Okay. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, so today, was today a good episode? Well, I don't think so. It was kind of annoying, but that's pretty much every episode, so we'll just get into it. So we have Nina and Willow. And Nina is she has kind of cornered Willow at work because she didn't want the kids to be around for this conversation. And she, again, wants Willow to not move in with Drew. They have some of the conversation they've had a gazillion times. And at the end of it, though, Nina offers to buy Willow a house. And actually, no, I forgot. Willow actually agrees with Nina in some senses, where it seems like, okay, maybe she's not, as much of a idiot as well. I can't even say that. I can't even finish that statement because we all see she's an idiot. But it did appear for a faint moment in time that she may not move in with Drew. She says, tells Nina though that, but Drew would be so disappointed. And my daughter was like, what did she say? That the way that Willow talks about Drew is the way she used to talk about Shiloh. And then we had a really good conversation, like good conversation. But I was like, yeah, that is true to Willow's character, though. She has that cult mentality, pun intended, not intended, I don't know, take it. And like that's how she's treating Drew. She's worshiping him. She might as well get the tattoo on her back and drink the tea. All right, we see Tracy is, speaking of Drew, we see Tracy is shows up at Drew's bragging about getting Martin arrested. The same conversation they've been having, threatening each other, dead relatives. The part that I did was noteworthy when Drew was talking about the crypt being moved. He said those people won't care because they're dead. But like those people, I thought that was your family. I thought you loved them. Drew Quartermaine. He's just showing his true self, whoever that may be. It's so hard, y'all, because I've been watching, and I say this probably every episode, but I watch older episodes, not classic episodes, like 5 years ago episodes on Roku, and Billy Miller was there, and it's just like, oh, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking for the show, and it's heartbreaking in real life. I just want to get rid of the character. I don't want to hurt anymore, and I would say, honor Billy's legacy, but it's too late for that. I think the most we can do is let the character rest in peace, as we hope he does. All right, sorry for being so somber and serious. I apologize. I'll try to be back lightheaded. I don't know what I just did. I don't know what that move was. Oh my God, I hope y'all are listening and not watching because that's embarrassing, but I'm not about to start over, try to edit it out because I'm a goofy motherfucker. Yeah, this is not the most goofy thing y'all have seen me do so far, and it is not the goofiest thing you will see me do in the future. I promise you. All right, we have Cody and Alexis and Molly. I was like, what is happening? It took forever for me to figure out what was happening in the scene. But Cody was arrested for a grand theft auto. And when Cody said, hey, if I can just, and Alexis says, no, we don't want to hear you talk. I was like, amen, Alexis, you better preach. We don't want to hear you talk, Cody. Then Rick shows up. Okay, so we have Molly and Alexis each telling each other that they should step down, they should recuse themselves because of conflict of interest issue. And Alexis says it would be so much easier if you would just recuse yourself. And then I said, or you could recuse yourself. And then Rick comes up and says the same thing that I said. And then I realized that I agreed with Rick, and I had my head exploded. I passed out. I was unconscious for about 3 hours. By the time I came back to reality, I still couldn't accept that I had agreed with Rick. I probably shouldn't joke about that stuff. I'm getting too old. But yeah, it's not my finest moment. But Rick was right. But then I realized that the whole reason for this scene was just to give us another Cody and Molly interaction. And I felt so bad. Like, you have this new Molly, she's pretty decent. Cody is fine for what he does. Rick Amazing actor. Alexis, amazing actress. You have these four people who could do some stuff in a scene, and this is what you write for them. You can't think of another way to get to the end of it. Which the end of it, you know, Cody was arrested for stealing his own car. It was a mistake. That's how I knew this was a pointless scene when that happened. I was like, oh, we really just wasted all of our times with this. And then it was just for Cody to pull Rick aside to be able to tell him to be a better dad, and him and Alexis to work shit out and stop putting Molly in the middle, which was sweet. But like, I just wish there would have been a better way to do it. And I know that there was a better way to do it. I wish they would have taken that path, because it was annoying. Because I could have cared if it was written better, but it just felt like such a stupid story, because it was. All right, so sorry. Valentine shows up at Laura's. Laura catches him as he's coming in or about to break in the door, walk in the door. I don't know. Valentine's super spy, just walk up in places. We assume to get Charlotte, you know, since he did have that passport. And I don't know, we don't know whether he was going to actually take Charlotte or just say goodbye. I feel like he was going to take her. Laura stops him, says he already said goodbye, that he already said his goodbye. And Valentine's like, well, if I don't say goodbye to her now, I'm afraid I'll never see her again, because I will get killed or something like that. I don't know if he actually said that. That's what I wrote. I don't know if that's what he said. It doesn't sound like dialogue language that Valentine would use. So, and I don't, it seems like they want Charlotte to not see Valentine, so Laura has invited him inside. I don't know if they explained if Charlotte was going somewhere, but where would she go? Wait, I think they might have said she was with Rocco. Maybe that's what it, and that's crazy that I'm just now remembering that, because the whole scene I was waiting for Charlotte to come down the stairs or come in the room and be like, Papa, Papa. Even when he was ready to walk out, I just knew that Papa was coming. I was wrong. We see after Valentine leaves, because he ultimately does the right thing. I don't know that that's the right thing, but just leaves. Laura wanted him to turn himself in. Oh, that's what Valentine said. He would get killed if he did that. And Laura was like, yeah, but you know, that's what you should do. Because, you know, Laura thinks everybody should turn themselves in except for Esme. Esme was different. I'm so annoyed with Laura. And, you know, the writing, obviously. I don't blame Jeannie Francis. She's a wonderful actress. Yeah, so Lulu calls, after Valentine leaves, Lulu calls Dante and says, I think Valentine's in trouble. Bitch, you think? What do you mean you think? Anyway. Like, I don't know what would give her that idea. So, Dante goes to her. But that's out of order. Brenda. Oh, Brennan. Oh, that's the end of the episode. I don't know why I put that there. Let's put the show. I'm getting back. Brennan does. No, I should go in order. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out the best way to tell you a story. I don't know why I put that note there. So Carly wakes up in the hospital with Brennan. He says he's going to make sure it never happens again. Goes outside, sees Anna. Blames Anna. Sonny has a missed call from... No. Brennan has a missed call from Sonny. He blames Anna, saying, Anna, why did you tell him, blah, 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 blah. Anna wasn't responsible. And we all know Anna called Jason, and Jason called Sonny. Jason then shows up to talk to Anna. Goes to see Carly. Carly explains to the two of them what happened. And, you know, she hesitated for a minute before she admitted that shower stuff. And Jason was so... And my daughter was like, wait, is he jealous? I was like, no, he's not jealous. He's disappointed because he wanted Carly to stay away from Brennan. It's not that Jason doesn't... When they toy with the idea of Jason and Carly, you know, we saw the closest we came recently was, and that wasn't even recent, right when Sonny came back from Nixon Falls. They should have had sex. Sonny should have walked on them having sex. Oh, no. Oh, my story for that time period when Sonny had just came back from Nixon Falls, when Carly and Jason had got married and they were kissing and Sonny walked in, or they was about to kiss and Sonny walked in. What I wanted to happen, this is for long-term fans, you guys remember, when Carly was first cheated on Jason with Sonny, so to speak, but how Carly was mad at Sonny and Sonny was mad at Carly, and because they both really was both jealous of Jason. They both wanted, you know, Jason all to themselves, and they were arguing. This is like when Sarah Brown was on there, and they did that hate sex thing and ended up having sex, and Sonny was still rude to her afterward, even more of an asshole to her after they had sex than before. But then Sonny is downstairs and Jason comes in and they're talking, and Carly comes down the stairs in Sonny's shirt, and Jason sees her and realizes what happens, and then that's one of the times we got Steve Burton's absence for a while. But my point is, I would have loved it if Sonny and Jason would have been like, Jason would have been downstairs and Sonny would have came in, and Sonny been explaining that he was alive all the time or whatever, and then Carly would have came downstairs in Jason's shirt like after they had had sex. I'm telling you, the long-term fan in me would have loved that scene, even with it being kind of messed up. I would have appreciated the storytelling and the symmetry of it so much. We were so close. I feel like it was right there. But they didn't want Carly and Sonny and Jason. Sonny and Jason. That's the only hookup that I wouldn't be... let me stop. I don't think they actually wanted to put Jason and Carly together, even for a moment. But I was here for it. All right, sorry for the tangent. But if y'all been watching a long time, wouldn't that have been great to see Carly walk down the stairs in slow motion and have Sonny look back and forth between them just like Jason had did? Ugh. And Sonny deserved it. As much as he's cheated on Carly, he deserves to get cheated on a little bit. But I know she's cheated on him too, but not as much. Not as much as Sonny has. Not that that's how it should work either. I don't think one person cheating means the other person should cheat. I don't feel like that in real life. I don't believe in cheating in real life. I feel like you should just move on. But I'm talking for the soap opera. Don't judge my morals. All right, Carly. Well, I already said that. I said we. Who was we? So yeah, the point, Jason was disappointed. That's where my tangent went. Jason was disappointed that Carly had trusted Brennan, and he was just worried about her. That's all. Just, he loves her, not in that sense, but he just wants her to be safe. Doesn't want to lose her. Ava's at the Port Charles Grill, the fanciest restaurant in Port Charles, as Spencer used to call it. Ava's accountant tell her she broke. Ava's like, "What you mean I'm broke?" And he was like, "You broke." And she's like, "Yeah, but what about that loan from Nina?" And he was like, "Yeah, that's keeping you afloat, but the way you spend it, you still broke. You need to understand that you broke." And that she was at risk of losing both of the galleries. And my daughter and I both said at the same time, like, well, we can fix this problem. Just sell the gallery that we have never, ever, ever, ever seen. And none of us will miss anything. Then you should have an influx of income through that. And if you want to make it more integral to the storyline, let Sidwell be the one to buy it, or Drew be the one to buy it, an asshole that we don't like be the one to buy it, so they can be more of a stakeholder in Port Charles. Not saying I want that, but I don't care. I don't know why we have to have Ava broke. I don't like that story. She said, "What do you want?" She asked the accountant, "What do you want from me?" He said, "Your credit cards." She said, "What?" It was so funny. More Wells is hilarious. The way she said, "What?" was like, I don't understand. What do you mean? But she turned them out like one by one. It was like 5 credit cards, Ava. Like, damn, I'm kind of understanding this overspending thing. Like, if I don't imagine any young people are watching this, but the key to credit, at least in America, the way it works, credit works for you when you don't use it. It's good to have a credit allowance, but to not use it. Like, say you have a credit card with $1,000 limit, just throwing a number out there, then you should carry maybe just a couple of hundred on that and pay it off as soon as you can. Like, your credit score goes up when you have available credit and do not use it, or if you use it and pay it off immediately. You pay it off immediately, will cut down on interest rates, and also your credit will go up. I bought my home in 2018, and I started looking in, well, it's complicated, but I will say the program I went through to purchase my home required a certain credit score. My credit score was significantly lower than that. So I spent 13 months the next year fixing my credit. So, and then it was up, and then I was able to buy my home. So, a little bit, just a little bit. I don't know why I did that. Ooh, I'm embarrassing myself. All right, so Ava hands over the credit cards, and then he's telling her, that she's like, well, what am I going to do for money? I got to have something. So he gives her one of the credit cards back and says, you got a little wiggle room on this one. Just be easy, and don't go over your limit. And Ava's like, well, how do I find this credit card limit of what you speak. Like, girl, you ain't never known your limit. That's wild. But I mean, she's always had money, so I get it. But that's the thing. Ava hasn't always had money. I don't think Ava grew up with money because she found out about her Jerome connection later. So Ava should have a bit of point of reference for being broke. But either way, it was funny. More or less amazing. Even like in these silly ass scenes, she's gonna always give you her best. You might hate the story, you might hate the dialogue, but you will love Maura West and her portrayal of Ava. She knows her character. Then so she asked the waiter, "What do you have on?" She wanted a martini first, and then she was like, "Oh, that's right, I'm broke. What do you have on tap?" Like it was a dirty word. And then they had a beer. I was like, not Ava Jerome drinking a beer. She didn't want that shit. I didn't want that for her. I was like, girl, you ain't got no liquor at home. I'm sure you got like a shelf or something with some liquor on it. Just go home and make yourself a drink. Or tell Nina to give you some more money. She should still be paying for that uterus when she ripped your baby out of your uterus. You could sue her if she didn't want to give it to you. But I feel like loan it to you, whatever. All right, so then we see Dante going to Sonny for advice, and I was drawing a blank for a second. I was like, oh wait, yeah. It's very few things that I feel like Sonny could give Dante advice about, but custody battles is one of them. Like fighting over your kids, Sonny's an expert. I was like, okay, father of the year. I was so proud of that like conversation. I ain't even being facetious. I mean it. Because I like it when they have things that make sense. It does make sense that Dante would go to Sonny for that type of advice. I don't have any notes here, but the conversation went how you would expect. Sonny says, you know, I have experience with that. It's hard on the kids. If you can avoid it, don't want to do it. Sonny and Dante go to the hospital. I guess Jason must have called Sonny. And then that's when, while Dante's at the hospital, that's when Lulu called. No. Dante when he found out that when he was at the hospital with Sonny and they found out Valentine was in town, that's when Dante, I think he went to the police station. I don't know. He goes somewhere to try to make sure Charlotte is okay. And so I just don't understand why he didn't go to the penthouse. But then it would have made sense for Lulu to call him. I'm not sure, guys. If you remember the order of events, comment below and let me know, because I don't. I'm a little foggy on that. But I don't know that it ultimately matters. Just, you know, those little details. But I know, everything matters. All right, so Sonny has not learned enough from Anna that Anna will love him and say what good friends they are and use him up. And then as soon as she decides she feels otherwise or Valentine comes into question, Sonny's the worst guy in the world. So why would Sonny tell Anna, the current chief of police, that he was going to make sure Valentine got his? I couldn't believe it. Like, my daughter and I were both like, Sonny, I know you got a heart condition. You got a brain condition? I'm a little confused. And, you know, Anna's ready to cuss him out and go run off to save the day. And then we see Anna getting in her car. I thought Valentine was going to be in the backseat. I really did. Maybe he still will. I don't know if we saw her pull off. Oh, no, he's not going to be in the car because he's on the pier. Let's see. Oh, I said Sonny acts so casual when he tells Anna about Brennan. He's like, well, and when Anna ran off all upset, he's like, what'd I do? Just about to kill this motherfucker. I don't understand. Why you mad at me? I did laugh at that too. Maurice Bernard was funny when he wanted to be too. But I don't know why Sonny trusts Valentine. Well, he doesn't trust Valentine. Why Sonny trusts Brennan? That must be what I wrote. It's stupid writing. It's stupid writing, and I don't know if I can't decide whether it's that they are rewriting the story and making Valentine worse than Brennan, or if Valentine is just lying, right? I don't know, and it's not clear, and that's a problem. That is not effective storytelling, because I need to understand the basic facts to understand the story, or to even have an opinion about it. But it's confusing. Like, I don't even care if they put a disclaimer at the bottom of the screen. Just like, let me know. I can't tell. All right. Sonny goes to Carly's room, tells Jason. Sonny tells Jason to help Brennan make sure he finishes the job, gets rid of Valentine. Sonny sits by Carly's bedside. All right, I didn't put that in my notes. He sits by Carly's bedside. Carly appears to be asleep, and Sonny's saying that he thought about what the kids losing her, or if he lost her. and it made me nervous. I was like, no, 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 no. I do not want Sonny and Carly to reunite. I thought that they were my forever couple. I love them together. But this last round with the stuff with Nina and Mike, Son, Freudian slip, Sonny being Mike now, half Mike, half Sonny, all of that shit. I just, when Carly had to walk in on what she thought was going to be a romantic night of her and Sonny, to see him literally jump into bed with Nina because she was like 30 minutes late, and Christina was wrong because Christina said Carly wouldn't go. Carly ain't never say that. So yeah, I don't want them back together. Maybe if you force me, if you offer me like $1 million and said, okay, let's write this story, then I could probably write a story to make it romantic. Well, my story would have Morgan come back to life and come back to get his daughter Avery, and then maybe Sonny and Carly, and he would lash out at Sonny and Carly for lying to him all these years, lying to Avery all these years, and maybe Sonny and Carly would reunite over that. I don't know that that's a great idea. I know that I would do anything to have Morgan back. So if you tell me I gotta have Sonny and Carly, then I'm getting Morgan too. Two for the price of one. But I don't know. If I took more time, maybe I could think of something better. But either I don't really want it, but I don't want Carly with fake Brennan either, and I don't want Sonny. I don't care about Sonny. Can be with Natalia. I just wish they could be together off camera. I don't like looking at them. All right, guys. I'm all over the place. Let me try to find where I should be. So I already talked about Cody and Rick. So Nina calls Ava and asks, what she's doing. Can she meet for a drink? Ava was like, all right, I already had a drink. I think I'm gonna go home because I'm poor. And Nina's like, no, wait there. I'll be right there. So she comes, and when she sees Nina drinking beer, Nina sees Ava drinking beer. She's like, what? Like, is this like what, an experiment? What are you trying to do? She's like, no, we're not. I can't. And she orders, some expensive stuff that she's used to drinking. And she can float Ava some more money, but Ava should really just, like I said, sell that gallery that we never see. All right, so then we see Willow has gotten to Drew's, and Drew and Tracy were doing their same bicker and banter thing. And at first it seems like Willow might have heard Drew show his real character now, but she didn't. She immediately came in and started defending Drew against Tracy. Tracy asked how were the kids, if they missed their home, their family, and she's like, well, not me, but the other people that they care about. I chuckled. Willow was throwing the family history in Tracy's face, defending Drew, which is gross. Says she actually feels sorry for Tracy, and and that she couldn't wait to move in with Drew, and immediately forgot that she just told Nina she was reconsidering just because she was around Drew. Like my daughter's right, it is very cult like. She is praise Drew all day, everything. It's disgusting. But and she told Tracy that you have no one to blame but yourself. And Tracy was like, ooh, remember those words because you can be saying them in the mirror real soon. And as my daughter would say, she ate with that. No crumbs. Yeah, but no, all jokes aside, I agree. I cannot wait for the day when Willow has to realize that she threw her life away for this man who doesn't even exist. All right, so that's all I got for today. 23 minutes. Couldn't have been a horrible episode if I went 23 minutes. Thank you guys for watching. May go live again. I don't know why I'm announcing that at the end of this video. By the time you see this video, I'll probably have been live and been off by then. But we'll see how it goes. I'll feel in the next hour or so. But thank you everyone for watching. I appreciate your time, all your likes and comments. I do think that I responded to all the comments today. I normally do it earlier, but I had a really productive day, a really good day. Can't wait to tell you guys the update, but we don't count our chickens before they hatch. So yeah, so I was a little late to get into them, so I'm sorry if anybody's watching this and I missed your comment. I have to go back in and look. YouTube will give you a notification for the comment, but then sometimes they disappear. and so you have to just go back and search. And so I think that I saw every comment and responded to it. But then there was a couple of comments where when I would go back to check the thread, I didn't see my comment. But I know sometimes you have to like refresh. So hopefully I didn't miss anything. If I did, please forgive me. I'm so sorry. It was not intentional. Don't think I don't take you for granted, because I do. You don't have to watch my videos. You don't have to press like. You don't have to comment. You choose to do all of that. And like, you could be doing literally anything else. YouTube is like the hugest place, and there's so many people that cover these soaps. So I don't know. I don't know how I got so lucky, but I'm really glad that I did. And I appreciate you all. I'm gonna stop talking now. Live long and prosper.